KFC in Japan is kind of a big deal.
There's over 1,000 locations across Japan.
It's home to some exclusive menu items only found in Japan and is widely chosen to be the food of choice on Christmas Day, often being the best-selling day of any day of the year. It seems like this association started in the 1970s, since Christmas is not a public holiday in Japan. There was a campaign slogan, Kurimasu ni wa Kentucky, or Kentucky for Christmas, and I guess it stuck around. I spontaneously flew across the other side of the hemisphere to give Japanese KFC a real go. I tried their staples like fried chicken, but I also put down a burger and dessert to see how it all goes.
So guys, we're in Japan. We're standing in front of KFC. You know exactly what's gonna happen right now. We're gonna go in and try some Japanese KFC for the first time. I've had KFC in Singapore. I've had KFC in Malaysia. And both times have been way better than anything I've had in Australia. So Japanese KFC, I've got some really high hopes for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you inside.
Camera set up. Okay, cool. Okay, so before we get into the video, I really need to share something with you guys while researching for this video. There is a dating simulator called I Love You Colonel Sanders in 2019, and you can find it right now on the Steam App Store. Just by watching the trailer alone, the animation looks pretty good, and looking from the reviews that I've seen, it actually has a positive reception from the audience. That's kind of crazy. Like, just take a look at my first reaction. Oh my god, Colonel Sanders. And all these side characters. Oh my god, look at that dog. Hey, yo, that chicken kind of looks really tasty. I swear, anime makes food look amazingly delicious. Hey, yo, this music kind of banger. Whoa, Colonel Sanders going full beast mode or something. What kind of world do we live in that we have a dating simulator after the Colonel? Okay, so there's a brief description of this. I Love You Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator, follows you, a promising culinary student, as you try to date your classmate, Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders is actually my senpai in this. Why? Who made this? Look, I'm not reviewing this game. This lives rent-free in my head, so this needs to live rent-free in someone else's head as well. So, you're welcome, guys. Anyways, let's get back to the food. Let's start with the food. And where's my phone? Oh, it's good to be outside of Sapporo City just a little bit because where the hustle and bustle is, this area is a lot more quiet. Okay, so we started out with the black and hot. That's something new I haven't seen before. So I'm assuming it's something similar to the hot and spicy you have back at home. We have some fries and a choco pie as well. And then melon soda. We definitely do not get melon soda back at home. So that's gonna be something new, for sure to try. The closest thing we have is raspberry Fanta. That's pretty solid. Our first menu item was the Wafu chicken burger, which had a super sauced up chicken and coleslaw and mayo. Everything that I buy in Japan is always sticky taped and it's just sealed for perceived classiness? I don't know. Let's take a bite. Oh, that's a good burger. The bun is really soft, very light. Like it's just there to serve to hold everything together. It doesn't take away from the meal itself. The chicken is sort of like in this square patty shape. It looks very structured. This is a very solid burger. The chicken itself was more of a chicken patty than a fillet, but very juicy and moist for an enjoyable meal. It's been lightly crumbed, the inside's very juicy and moist, and it's very saucy. The mayo is there to round out that barbecue and sweet soy sauce as well, so it's quite balanced. It was a really solid burger. There was an extremely generous amount of sauce in the burger, which helped to add a rich flavor to each bite. If you're enjoying this video so far, then make sure you give us a cheeky like and subscribe. It will really help out the channel and helps you stay updated with my adventures. Thanks in advance, guys, so let's get back to the food. Now we move on to their crown jewels, their fried chicken. I opted to order their black and hot variant, which looked very similar to what I have back in home, called hot and spicy. So this isn't an ASMR channel or anything, but just listen to that crunch. Oh wow, yeah, that crumb coating is really nice. It's more peppery than it is spicy and hot. Quite differently to what I have back home, this chicken prides itself on having a prominent black pepper flavor, which I assume is the black in black and hot. So I guess if you don't like spice but you like pepper, this could probably work out for you. And the chicken is also quite spicy as well, so it's not just the outside is coated spicy or peppery. The outside had a super crispy texture with a crunch to follow. I'm always a fan of chicken being marinated prior to being deep fried to add even more flavor to the meal, and this one scores well on both fronts. The inside is super moist. It's got plenty of flavor. It's really good and juicy. And the coating is it's lightly battered, but it's got a big crunch to it. for how little it's battered.
KFC fries were never their strong suit, so I didn't have high hopes for this to be a game changer.
Okay, so these fries are pretty thick. Not a lot of salt. It's like barely seasoned.
Unfortunately, it being a bit undercooked and unsalted make them felt like filler food, so I would easily keep them in low tier. Bit disappointing, but not what we're here for.
I'll say KFC fries were never their strongest suit, and in Japan it's not really any much better. I feel like it needs to be deep fried a little bit longer. It still tastes like a smidge raw.
Next up, we move on to the drink. Japan is quite renowned for having melon flavored everything, and since I can't find this back home, melon soda was my choice of drink. It's sweet, syrupy, and carbonated. I quite liked it, but I can see some people saying it's a bit too sweet. Finally, we wrap up on their choco pie, which shouldn't be mistaken for Korean choco pie that's more commonly found in supermarkets. This one is more of akin to a puff pastry with chocolate sauce filling.
It looks very flaky from the offset. It's very small, I'd say, but like, it's, ooh, yeah, very flaky. All right, let's give this a go. I'm not usually one for pies, let alone chocolate pies, but that is really flaky. That's crazy.
I'm already not a huge chocolate fanatic, but since this is such a unique one in Japan, I had to add this into my basket. And I was surprised with how good it was. There was a nice flaky texture with lots of layers, and the center had a rich gooey chocolate sauce filling. For those who are chocolate lovers, this one is a must get. This one was a very nice surprise to me.
KFC Japan, you guys have done well with this.
Alright, let's wrap up. The real winner of this whole meal was for sure their fried chicken, undoubtedly. It's so satisfying when places optimize their fried chicken, and seeing Japan's KFC do a banger of a job is super satisfying to see. I really like the crunchy pepper crust with the juicy spicy meat inside. It's so good.
Yeah. Good piece of chicken.
The burger was also a solid option. If you're feeling for that kind of meal instead of fried chicken, you won't be disappointed here.
The next thing I would say is the burger is quite surprisingly good as well.
If you want your chocolate fix, the chocolate pies got you covered.
There was so much food on the menu items up, there's no way I could finish it all. So I'm just gonna try everything I can today. I think the most surprising thing out of everything I've eaten is definitely chocolate pie. Chocolate pie was very flaky, very buttery, like a light layer of chocolate in the middle as well. Not too overpowering, and I think the portion size is actually really perfect.
Fries and drinks as supplement to the meal, so I didn't expect them to stand out. Alright guys, that's a wrap up. Let me know in the comments below if you have any unique KFC menu items that's specific to your country. I'm just saying, maybe your country is the next one I visit. Thanks so much for staying to the end of the video guys. I'll see you in the next one.